Yeah, so at the end of the YouTube video I was making, I went to go test the Xbox, and apparently the disk drive didn't work. It wouldn't read any game, and I was super upset. So I left it out of the the unboxing video. So now we're at the point where this needs fixed. I'm gonna show you right now that this Xbox does not read disc. Right here we got Halo CE, disc perfect, not scratched at all. We're opening up the disk drive, placing the game inside, closing the disk drive, and as you can tell, that Xbox really isn't doing anything at all. It's very upsetting. If this happened to anyone else, I don't know how they would react, but since it happened to me, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try and fix it instead of just using it as a ornament. I'm actually gonna sit down and we're gonna try and fix this. As you can tell, the disk drive did not read that game, so let's eject the game. And now if you power off the Xbox, it should close the disk tray. We're definitely not going to want to close this disk tray. We're going to want to keep it open. So I am going to just unplug the Xbox like that. Probably not very healthy for it, but remove all the extra stuff like the controller. But yeah, let's play doctor and get this disk drive fixed. But yes, as you can see here, we have two Xboxes, both with their disk drives ejected. The goal is to probably open up both of them and just swap the disk drives. So that way I can have my Halo Special Edition Xbox have a working disk drive in it. That's at least the goal and what I hope happens. I hope at the end of this, we're gonna have a working Halo Xbox. So let's just jump into this. We'll start with the original Xbox. So how we do this is we kind of have to have the Xbox turned over. So the game plan is to remove the DVD disc drive from this Microsoft Xbox right here. And in order to do that, you have to remove the screws. Basically, you could use like a pry tool, a T10 screwdriver, T20, and then I have this like really micro Phillips tip screwdriver. And that's pretty much everything I think we'll need for this. Basically, you would just want to take the prior and remove that to reveal the screw head, and then you start unscrewing. So let's start by trying to pry up. Oh, we almost had it there. We're gonna, ooh. Yeah, I'm not trying to remove them entirely. I would say the best solution would be removing them halfway. Because you want to put them back on. So basically kind of like that. You just want to remove it halfway. Take the, is this the T20? Take your T20 after you've removed the bottom grip halfway and start just unscrewing it real quick. The screws are kind of long, but the threads are not. And then you can just fold it back down. And if you just be really gentle, you might not ever know that you remove these bottom things. Although, when you go through the stickers for the hidden screw, it's definitely going to be kind of obvious that, because this does void the warranty, although these Xboxes are so old that they don't have any warranties. But when people are kind of like collectors and stuff, they really don't want their stickers removed. Although to maintain an Xbox, you pretty much almost always have to remove the cover and look at what's inside. So we got both those removed properly. I noticed that this one was actually missing a screw. Or not a screw, but the pad. The bottom grip pad. So we've removed 3 of them so far. This should be the last screw for each foot. Right there. Those are the 2 positions. You can kind of just push your way through that sticker. So this will definitely make it hard for you to sell the Xbox back to any store, or people purchasing it online. They're gonna be upset if you've broke these little stickers, because then they're gonna know you opened it, and then they're gonna wonder what all you did to it. Although if you do a nice job and like upgrade the hard drive and stuff like that, maybe people might even pay more money for the Xbox, and they won't mind that the screw was removed. Now this is the only modification I'm going to be doing to the Halo Xbox, is replacing the disk drive, because I want mine to be unmodded, like as close to the original as possible. But in order to get there, we're going to have to fix the disk drive, and in order to fix the disk drive, we have to remove the disk drive and break these seals, and it's really upsetting, but it has to be done if we're gonna fix it. Oh man, is that gonna come up? Well, this is harder to remove than I remember. So now that we've got the Xbox open, let's continue on like we know what we're doing. So basically, for this, I'll flip it over so you guys can see it a little bit better. We got 2 wires right here. The yellow one, and then the big one. So, ooh, that's really in there. So we're gonna start by taking the yellow one out. I'd say grip it by both sides. Try not to pull on the wires. Ooh, that's really in there. So we've disconnected that cord from both the hard drive and the disk drive. So now all we got to do is get this yellow cord off, but it's on there tighter than I expected it to be. Yeah, that was on there way tighter than I thought it was gonna be. I had to use a tool to pull it off. All right, so now that we've disconnected both cords from it, trying to figure out, okay, this is where I believe the smaller T10 comes in to play. Basically, as you can tell, there's a tiny little screw right there and right there. We need to remove both of them in order to remove this disk drive. And then right here, you can kind of tell that the case is slightly connected to the disk drive, but it's only plastic, so we're just gonna pry it slightly when we pull up. So at this point, I'm going to go at it with the T10, and we are going to remove each of these tiny screws. It'd be really nice to have magnetized screwdriver for this. Unfortunately, I do not. Oh, that's gonna be real difficult. So I'm gonna move over to the second one. I think we might have to tip the Xbox upside down in order to get these out. Unless I just go at it with the... Yeah, that's way not gonna work. Okay. We're gonna tip this over. There's one. Okay, so now we have successfully removed the DVD drive from the original Xbox. I'm a little nervous because I know I lost a screw earlier. And there it is. Alright, so we're basically done with this Xbox. Anyways, let's move on over to the Halo Special Edition Xbox. Now, I'm really nervous about taking this one apart, but it has to be done in order to fix it. So let's move back over to the T20. We're going to find that screw hole right away. We're just going to press down on it until we lock in and start unscrewing it. No going back from here. Oh man, that was in there. So now we're going to find the next one, which is right here. Right through the sticker. And there we go. Both main screws have been removed from underneath the stickers. Then we're going to want to take this tiny little prying tool, plastic, and then we're going to go at each foot. The goal would be to only remove it halfway, because we want to replace these feet, and if we only remove it halfway, it won't be as bad. So how we're going to do this is we just go at the feet with a little prying object. Just try and get under them. Lift them up. Right there. Oh man. Looks like we didn't really get underneath the adhesive. But we did get to it. So we're gonna go right through the adhesive. As you can tell, we got this screw. Got that one out of the way. Let's move on to the next corner. We just want to be as gentle as possible because this is the Halo Special Edition Xbox and it is in really nice condition right now. Man, that's upsetting. I can't get this adhesive underneath this adhesive. Jeez. There we go. Yeah, I didn't even have to use the thing that time. I knew the adhesive wasn't coming up, so I just used my thumb. This is a good way of telling if someone's ever opened up an Xbox before, is when you see those two stickers with missing or with holes in them. If you see your sticker have a hole like that, you know that someone had to open up this Xbox for some reason. Last screw, break through the adhesive, start unscrewing. Alright. There we go. Last cord. Last one's a bitch. I think once again we're going to go at it with the pliers. Do not recommend. But there we go. We got it out. Now we're back over here to the T10. As you can see here, they're There's basically two screws. One screw's down here, and the other one is right there, right at the front. So we're going to remove these two screws. Okay, that one's out. Okay, they're both out. Now this black case is slightly attached to the DVD drive right there. So you want to watch out for that. But basically, we can just lift this out now. There we go. We got the entire disk drive out. Now basically at this point, we have two Xboxes completely opened. Two of them. And both disk drives. And we basically need to swap the disk drives now. Now how I came up with doing this instead of because I don't really want to open up a disk drive. I really don't. I mean, I probably could replace a lens if I had to. But I'm really not trying to open up a disk drive and see how to fix the inside of it. But who knows, maybe we'll have to one day. But this is the one that I'm confident that works. But in order for it to be the Halo Edition Xbox, we need to remove this black part. So how to do that is actually kind of difficult. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be to remove it. I'm trying to remember how to do it. So basically, it's just mildly attached. As you can tell right there, there's one square, and then there's the other square. Basically, you just need to pop those off of the tray, and then the front faceplate comes off. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this without breaking anything. Now this is probably the most difficult part so far, and the most risky for damage. But basically you just forcefully pull that up. And once you get it so far, you can basically just get it off. Right there. Front faceplate off. I didn't break anything. And it's actually a lot, you feel like you're gonna break something, but I practiced doing this and I could take it on and off 4 or 5 times in a row and literally no problem with the faceplate or the disc tray. So now what we need to do is take it off the Halo Special Edition disc drive. Super nerve-wracking. But basically, we just got to do the same thing that we just did, except for it's just a little bit more important. A little bit less replaceable. But that definitely slipped off there really quickly with a lot of precision. So first thing first, we're gonna put this Halo Special Edition one on the working drive. Uh-oh. Just like that. Now it's been replaced, the front faceplate. Now we just want to put it back in the Xbox. And just slowly kind of force it back into its original spot. Might hear some clicks. So now at this point, we want to replace those screws that we took out. That T10 and those little mini screws, we want to put them in exactly where they were before. There's the first screw. Give that screw a second try. Just twist that in there. Hope I didn't do that too hard. So now at this point, we're just going to want to reattach the cables. So that should be super easy to do. Just line them up with the grooves that they're supposed to be in and click them in there. And then don't forget that this goes into that slot right there to hold it down. And then get this plug back into the hard drive. That slides right back in there. So now we can just put the top back on. We're getting close. Moving back to the T20s, we're going to insert the main screw. We're going to get all four corners back in. One corner. Just 2 screws left. Then we're finally gonna be able to test this out and see if it actually worked. That'll be the moment of truth. Find out if this is actually gonna get uploaded or not. There we go. Get these nice and pressed down. The new Halo Special Edition Xbox with a brand new disk drive in it. Let's go test this out. All right, we are back at the CRT TV. It's the moment of truth. Did that actually pay off and make this Xbox become a working Xbox? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, as you can tell, it looks like the Xbox still works. So Xbox works, disk drive pop out. Let's try this again. I'm sticking Halo Combat Evolved into the Microsoft's Xbox DVD disk drive, pressing the button. It's inserted into the console. Dude, we did it. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so happy. We fucking did it.